Hello, dear friends, and welcome to another episode of Trust the Tape, which I've considered officially changing the name to Hot Dog or the Bun, but I don't think people would know it was about football, so it's probably a bad idea. But welcome, everyone. My name is Jeff. And I am hanging out with a man with a Super Bowl ring. He won it with the Packers instead of the Cowboys because he's a jerk, former Cowboy scout, greatest drafter of all time, and the owner, operator, CEO, and president. I don't know if those titles are all accurate, of Crown Global Media, which you need to follow on YouTube. Here's Bryan Broaddus.
Hey, Bri.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate that.
What's up, Bri? How you doing today?
I tell you what, I've enjoying the open week. I've started looking at college players. So yeah. Can you match me at 4? I've done 4 so far. 4 college players.
I can't, but here's the thing.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought there was some bragging going on last time you and I got together.
I can't match you, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll be home from work at 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
So how many players can I do from 12:30 to 7:30 when you get home is the question.
No. Today, Bryan Broaddus is this is our annual my school, WT White, my high school. A bunch of guys get together every year and play golf tournament. So after I do my work with you and Crown Global Media, and then I turn into I'm going to go out and be golf guy this afternoon. So yeah, I'm stepping aside working on 105.3 The Fan today. So here we are.
Oh, Bryan.
But I'm working with you. I'm working with you today.
Bryan is half-assing it today.
I am half-assing today. But yeah, I've got a group. We graduated from WT White in 1982. And every year we get together and all play golf. So looking forward to that. It should be some fun.
If I ever went to golf with the people I went to high school with, brother, that's a hard day.
Yeah.
That's a hard day.
Hard day.
That would be getting after it. Are you getting hammered today? Is that what's happening?
You never know when Mardi Gras Bryan might show up. You just never know. All it took was being at a championship parade and seeing one of my G-Bag Nation flags. And next thing you know, I'm 8:40 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. We were Mardi Gras Bryan. And then every once in a while when we're at baseball and they're out there to surprise the LA Dodgers show up, I've been known to like sneak a half gallon of Tito's into the press box. And I turn on one of my favorite drinks. I don't consider myself. I like having a beer when I fish. But I'll tell you what, the transfusion has become one of my favorite drinks.
That is such a golf drink.
It is such a good drink. God, it's a good drink. And I'll tell you what, the other one I learned the other day, not a big whiskey guy.
Yeah.
But we were at a remote and the people from Jack Daniels, they have this like blackberry whiskey.
Okay.
You put that with lemonade, it goes down pretty quick.
All right. See, Bryan, you don't do a lot of drinking.
I really don't.
But the times I've seen you get after it, I thoroughly enjoy it.
I'm sorry, we're going to get to football here eventually, but one day. The thing I always think when I go over to your house for a party, I always feel like responsible for everybody there. Kind of like, I'm like cleanup guy, like make sure everybody's fed, that kind of thing.
You don't need to do all
that. Yeah, it was. I just never wanted you to wake up the next morning hungover and look at your house and go, "What the hell just happened?" I wanted you to feel like that. That all the red Solo cups weren't just laying all over the place. I went and saw my son Bennett in Austin. He lives in the fraternity house, and Sigma Chi there, and he. I walked up to the house and there were cups and everything. I'm like going, "Gosh, okay." I see.
I wish this camera had the range for it so I could walk in my backyard right now where there are Solo cups strewn about in the driveway from a party like a month ago. And I
haven't come by in a while. So we got crawfish season around the corner, man. Don't worry. I'll be over there. Get on your players, man. Start watching your players.
I'm on it. I'm going to start. I got time today. Michael's in the super chat. He said, Jeff and Bryan, thank you both for bringing joy to my life. Love from Temecula, California. Isn't that the place where somebody said, meet me in Temecula? Like somebody was going to fist fight somebody?
I'll tell you what, being a Texan, I love California. and I know that's not supposed to be the case. I think there's problems there, but it's
some
like
kind of hippie lib, bro.
I love California. I do. If I could live in like Ventura, we've been to like Oxnard enough where we know the area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. California is a beautiful state.
Oh, you think a high of 72 and a low of 65 every day?
I could dress exactly like I'm dressed right now every day, which me, I like to throw a vest and the short sleeve shirt on. That's me. Totally me.
Let me see here. Beeville's in the super chat. We're going to talk about Quinnen Williams here in a second, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys got Quinnen F. and Williams, and that's good.
How about that?
Beeville.
Let me ask you a question, Jeff. Can
I read the damn super chat first?
I'm sorry.
For the love of God.
My apologies. Carry on, sir. Carry on, as the great Pat Green would say. Carry on.
What do you think are the Cowboys' plans for Perrion Winfrey?
Yeah.
He still exists. He's around. I thought eventually, when healthy and ready to rock, he could play over Toya or Mozzie, but now Mozzie's gone, and I don't think Toya's going to be active the rest of the year. You got your D tackles, brother.
Yeah, it's funny, Jeff. There's probably 4 guys. I always say that, and it's never really funny.
Well, that's Jesse and I. It's Jesse and I's bit. Anything you say, if you say, what's interesting, it better be interesting. What's funny.
What is the statement you're supposed to make if you're saying, it's funny? What statement do you use instead of saying that? Because I use it way too much.
Is what you're saying funny?
Yeah. Well, not really. It's factual. So I was talking to some folks over there this week because people are asking about Phil Maffa.
Yeah.
They're asking me about Winfrey. All these guys are ready to play. Every one of these guys is ready to play.
Is Maffa not a? They didn't IR?
He's ready. No, they didn't. He's ready to play.
Not on IR. He could play if he wanted to.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I was talking. I asked somebody because we were doing fans questions today on the Doing All Right, and somebody asked me about Maffa, and I'm like, well, let me ask. And I asked, is Maffa in that kind of that holding area? They got 3 or 4 guys in this holding area thing. They're waiting to just kind of.
So are we just broken as a draft team? Like Jaden Blue is one of those guys that I really liked him as a prospect. So I really liked the pick, but now it sounds like the things about Jaden Blue that aren't translating are things that you're not going to see on tape necessarily. And then with Phil Maffa was a guy that I don't think I'd even watched him until after the draft. And then once they picked him,
I actually, unlike Puka Nacua, I actually saw Phil Maffa play. Yeah.
If you were getting a hammer, I wanted Ollie Gordon. And now he's
Ollie Gordon, yeah.
Useful.
There were the Krosky Merritt. I mean, no
Martinez. There were some backs in there that they had some guys I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, there were some guys in there, and
but Perrion Winfrey probably not going to get active, right? I mean,
it doesn't sound like it. It just doesn't sound like it, and so they've got probably 3, 4 guys. Maybe we'll see Butler and guys like that coming up, but. There are guys that are ready to go, and it's just they're in a holding area right now.
Patty the Pirate is in the chat. Hey guys, my buddy Rob DeCenzo. Are these made up names? Thinks we should pick up free agent linebacker Joe Biadani to replace Marisley. Is that a made up name?
I don't know. Are you talking about
give $5 to get me to do something funny? Biadani.
Joe Biadani.
So when I Googled that, it pulled up Joe Biden. So we may be doing bits. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing right now.
You know what? What's interesting about guys like Marisley? This is the
interesting.
I did it again. This is it's a crutch. It's a bad crutch. I need another
I don't know
phrase.
What mine are, but I'm sure other people do. Hit me with
this is my crutch. It's funny. Now you're looking at guys like Marisley. This is the great example of having 3 different defensive coordinators.
Right.
This Marisley is now the example of that. That you got the Dan Quinns, and then you've got the Mike Zimmers, and you've got the Matt Eberflus. This is the issue you run into. Everybody's screaming about play more Marisley play, and rightfully so. But what do? They go out and get a linebacker. They're not worried about playing Marisley. They go and get another linebacker.
And this is
Yeah.
one of those things, and it better
This
be
is what
one of those
this is
things.
why coaching and scouting doesn't always get along so well.
Well, and I just wonder if it's like, we talk about so and so shouldn't be playing. They need to play so and so, and
Then he plays and he gives up 5 pressures.
and the coach is like, "This is why he doesn't
Yeah,
play."
Nate Thomas did that to us the other day. Yeah,
And what if Leofau is just a miss?
that's what I'm saying. That's what
when
I'm saying.
he gets out there, I feel like I get it because I did the same thing with Shamar James. Like I'm like I've seen enough of all these guys. Give me the athletic, fast guy, and like
And
let's
then
just
Shamar James doesn't move, and
and
they run by him. Yeah,
Shamar James isn't playing real good football either, and it's just like okay.
Yeah.
And I still want him out there because
Yeah.
I just want. Give me young and hopeful if I know everybody's bad. But when they try to put Leofau out there, I'm like, oh, there's another missed tackle. Oh, there's another missed tackle. Oh, there's another missed tackle. And it's like, I get that you want to see the guys that you haven't seen, especially if they're young guys. But like, I don't think I can carry the flag for Leofau because when he gets his opportunities, I'm like, well, he's doing the same thing. The coach is like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, Marquise Bell. Marquise Bell's another one. I mean, we're sitting there, we're sitting there screaming like, "Well, play Marquise Bell. It's safety. Why are you playing Wilson? Why? Damn, Wilson looks better than Marquise Bell playing out there." I mean, there's some players that have clearly regressed, and I don't know if they've regressed because of the scheme, or they've regressed because of coaching, or they've regressed because were never very good. Marquise Bell playing as a dime linebacker in Dan Quinn's scheme looked like a trained killer.
Nice.
And Marquise Bell playing in Matt Eberflus' scheme looks like a jobber.
I think
they've got several players. They have got several players that have regressed.
Right.
And it might be that the coaches that had them before got a lot out of them, and they're really jobbers.
Yeah.
And now they're not getting so. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you just look at the way everybody has played in like this year, and you just turn on that tape, you'd be like, Donovan Wilson's a bad NFL player. Malik Hooker's a bad NFL player. Everybody on this defense is a bad NFL player. And we know that's not true because we've seen them be not bad NFL players. So when you want to blame the coordinator, I can't fight you too hard, because I've seen a lot of these guys play better football than they're playing right now.
Well, and Matt Eberflus' area of expertise is linebackers. You would say the linebackers have been one of the most disappointing groups, and maybe they were disappointing to begin with. This is where all of a sudden you hope the position, you hope, but in reality, the position is not very good. In reality, they're not very good there. And, you're thinking, oh, well, I hope this and hope, wow, Damone Clark, he looked good in training camp, and this is where it gets hard because there are guys like Perrin Winfrey looked really good in training camp.
Yeah.
As a defensive tackle, he looked really, and then when they let him go, I was kind of like, God, why would you do that? Why would you move on from
Mozzie was a first-round pick. They just wanted to fight the good fight for Jarrah for a while, that's what they like to do.
Mozzie go off and play well for the Jets.
I hope he does. I cheer for people. I hope he does. I would then start yelling about the Cowboys, but why? But I hope he does. Dro knows in the super chat. Everyone's hyping up Caleb Downs from Ohio State. He didn't pop off the screen to me. I like Kamari Ramsey from USC. He can cover and he's a ball hawk. Dro, don't you get ahead of us now. Don't you get ahead of us.
I'm on my way to looking at this safety though. I mean, I was looking today at the.
I'm going to watch Caleb Downs today. I'm going to beat you to him.
I was looking at Bain from Miami. Kind of, he's an interesting guy because I think he's a much better run player. He's an edge for Miami that
he's strong.
He's built. Oh God, he's strong. Man, is he a strong player?
He's strong.
But you don't see that. I was thinking you were going to see that. I mean, you see the burst, but not like an edge. You see I'm kind of debating on whether he's really a defensive tackle.
Ooh, see, look at Brian trying to do draft talk on Trust the Tape on November.
I just watching him play, but man, I mean, like I say, Allen, the linebacker, Georgia's a good player. I looked at a tackle at Utah.
I'm going right by you today, bro. I'm going. I'm getting 7 dudes in today.
I'll be 7 Dos Equis in when you catch up.
Attaboy. Well, I'm golfing tomorrow, so you got time to catch back up.
Saturday golf's rough, bro, man. There are too many guys like me out there playing.
Yeah, but I think we may be clear because I think our tee time's like 7. It's 7 something. I'm hoping we're
in the morning.
I'm hoping we're the first ones out. You know what I'm saying? And that way you don't get jammed up, and everybody's jammed up by you when you stop the cart girl for the fireball. And yeah,
I do stop for the fireball. I do. I get you hooked me on that. Okay,
Yeah,
is this a super chat you got to read real quick?
Yeah, I got to read them.
And I'm going to ask you a question after that.
Rich is in the super chat. He said the draft picks could have been anything. It could have even been Quinnen Williams. That's my favorite thing about draft picks. It was like, but we needed those draft picks. We could have gotten, and I'm like, in a perfect world, like Micah Parsons. It's like, yeah, in a perfect world, you could have got 80% of him with one of those picks, maybe. And in a perfect world, you might get 80% of Quinnen Williams with a pick. Like, let's go ahead and have the good players. I just wanted to say he loves and appreciates the work that we do, and he wanted to say thank you. Robar wanted to say, let me tell you something. We got no speed on defense. It takes 2 trips to haul as Murray looking like a headless chicken. My dog could play better. My dog is a direct descendant of the original Air Bud. That's a lot of words, and I just want you to know we appreciate you, Robar.
Yeah. No, I think he's right about this team speed, though. I think they lack. Now, when Overshown,
that's why I want Shamar out there. Let's just run fast and see what happens.
When Overshown gets back, it'll be a little bit different. But I don't disagree with his assessment about. Even the Air Bud thing. I didn't see the movie myself, but yeah.
Well, there's been 17 of them. I know Clarence. Who is the coach that was here that's in Washington? That's not Dan Quinn. It was one of the guys. Clarence was talking to him. And I think it was one of those things where Clarence said, listen, somebody told me off the record. And then he named the guy and told us what he said. And it was basically like when we gave Jaden Daniels fits last year and only Mariota could move the ball, the answer that he got from whatever friend of his is on that coaching staff was just like, it was just the speed.
Joe Witt?
It might have been Joe Witt, maybe. And he was like, he was like, Micah from that position is so fast. And then when you try to scramble and DeMarvion Overshown is flying out there, they're so fast. And that was it. The answer to why could the Cowboys handle Jaden Daniels last year, well, and I guess he didn't really kill us this year, but he didn't have any receivers, was just they were like, Dallas is fast. And we ain't fast right now.
No, not fast. Okay, real quick, if I can I get my question in for you today?
Give me a question.
All right, and I know this is, and I don't think I asked you this question.
No, I don't think they should trade CeeDee Lamb, Brian.
No. The question I don't think I asked this question of you Tuesday, but I'll ask it. I asked you the Jerry Jones question about winning.
I don't know, but I promise my answer will be something negative about Jerry. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just an observation. I'm not trying to make the man look any better. But after the Monday night loss,
I got some water you can carry if you're carrying water for this.
I got my own water here. I got my own water.
Carrying that water for you. Go ahead.
But I'm asking the question. He could have just shut it down and not traded for anybody after the loss to Arizona. The fact that he still moved the 1 and the 2 to get a player of the quality of Quinnen Williams, does it show that he does want to win?
Let me be real clear about this. I have no doubt that Jerry Jones wants to win.
I know, because there's a lot of people that say that he doesn't. And listen, folks, I'm not going, listen, 30 years, I get it. I totally understand where you're at, but I just want to try and be fair about something here.
I think Jerry Jones absolutely wants to win. My biggest Jerry Jones issue is I think because he is ultimately the man in charge and the way that he does things that he thinks are best are not conducive
to winning,
beating the teams that are more aggressive in how they build their team and smarter with how they get contracts done with their best players, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't doubt that he wants to win. I doubt that he can set his ego aside and do what is best for how it actually works winning. That's what I doubt about him. And I do think the best thing that gives us a chance that the Cowboys might, for a year or two, build as aggressively as they can around Dak and might have Quinnen Williams and keep George Pickens and do the things that other teams do with, we got to sign all of our good guys. not our mid-level guys who are really happy that we offered them contracts. We got to sign all our best players, push that money back. We'll worry about that crap later. And can we win a Super Bowl by risking it, by spending our cash? And I think the reason that he might right now is because of the mistake he made with Micah, because he so desperately needs to justify and make you think that what he did was right. When he, if he could just breathe and calm down, knows that what he did was not best for his team. He knows that. But he was mad. He got mad at a guy.
He got mad. He got mad. Sure did.
And so now he has to make that right. And he sold us Kenny Clark as the best defensive tackle ever, and that you were going to be better defensively, even immediately, than you were with Micah Parsons. And
they're regretting those words. They're regretting those. Yeah.
And so he had to now scramble and go at another defensive tackle because Kenny wasn't enough, and he still hasn't addressed the Micah spot. But I think because of that, his ego could work to our advantage here. His age combined with, I have to be right about this decision that I made, and I have to be right now, and I have to be right later, made him desperate enough to go add a star player. And that's good. Now you have to parlay that into an offseason where you do actually go sign people that aren't 1 year, $6 million, 1 year, $8 million.
Yeah.
I think we got a chance that next year and the year after, you've got a chance to really chase it.
I think they are going to sign free agents, and I think they might tag Pickens. I think that might happen.
And I think that may be the right move with Pickens, because he is the sort of player that when you look at the years prior and what you would hear about him out of Pittsburgh, that if you have pause about a gigantic long-term contract, look, you're going to deal with the same agent. And if you tag George Pickens, I can tell you that it will be contentious. Something on his body will hurt, and there will be a threat that he's not going to play early in the season. But ultimately, if you're the team, you do hold the cards.
You do.
You say, we hear you, and we'll see you when you get here. Do you want to make $0 this year because you didn't show up?
$28 million.
Or do you want to make the money and have a chance next year to get paid? Ultimately, I think you will win that if you're the team, and they will show up and they will play. But they're going to make it difficult over the course of the offseason until it's go time, and then maybe fake something, and then you have to ramp up and whatever. I'm putting all this on George Pickens. Like, I don't know that that's the case, but I know what happens when clients of that agent get tagged and don't want to be in that situation. They will make it tough on you. But ultimately, I think you're going to show up and play football. And that might be their best. That may be their best course. It may be. But yeah, I think they may go for it for the next 2 years. Rich is in the super chat. He said, move Diggs to safety like Jalen Ramsey. Diggs ain't moving to nothing. Diggs is moving to Green Bay or Washington is where Diggs is moving to. I tell you, this will be the end of I do hope that if they're not getting good cornerback play when they're done with his weird IR stint and whatever in the world, and now we've just kind of moved on and we're not worried about what in the hell happened at the house. I do hope that if he's healthy enough to play football, that he gets back on the field, but he will not be here next year. I promise you that. We put Quinnen Williams in the title, and now we are 23 and a half minutes in, Brian. Quinnen Williams on the Cowboys defense. How much does it
makes a lot of difference. Makes a lot of difference when you look at some of the top defensive tackles around the league and what their impacts are with their teams. I think Quinnen Williams is very comparable to, the ones that we've seen, the Derek Browns and stuff. Even look at some of the stuff that, Chris Jones hasn't had probably the impact that he's had in years past. But if you really go down and break down each individual, when you look at quarterback pressures, when you look at quarterback pressures versus double teams, when you look at pressures, you look at run stops, you look at tackles overall, this Quinnen Williams ranks very highly with all the best defensive tackles in the league. And I think his impact will be I think very good for this football team. I think him coming in, him playing run defense, him being able to push the pocket, him being able to get down the line of scrimmage, him to be a point of attack player, him to play with power. There are so many things with Quinnen Williams that is just that top level, and you just go through and look through all the metrics and how they measure these defensive tackles. And there's a lot of times, you go through the top defensive tackles. I believe there's one of them that has 5 sacks. Everybody else is, 1 sack, 2 sack, maybe 3 sack, but it's not a big number. But the pressures, the quick pressures, the double team pressures, all these things, all those metrics categories, number of plays that he plays, run plays, pass plays, everything about it is all top level with the other quality defensive tackles in the league. So to me, this is one of those additions that's going to make others around him better. This is going to make Osa Odigizua better. When you look at overall, like they've played Kenny Clark way too many snaps. He's damn near 400 snaps already, and we're only halfway through, where we're at. So this thing not only helps Kenny Clark, it also helps Osa Odigizua. It helps Houston or
Clowney.
Yeah. Like you could actually use your twist game now with this guy. You could use, the picks and the loops and stuff like that. You could put Quinnen Williams and Ezraku together, or you could put Quinnen Williams and Clowney together. You could play. We kind of broke it down here on the Crown Global Media. Vach and I did some film work. I'm sure you did the same thing on your network, where you look at, okay, they could play this 5-man line. They could get into a 3-4. They could play 4-3. They could play 3-3 stack. There's so many things that they now can do with having a guy like Quinnen Williams in the mix. So to me, it was one of those trades where you make it and you're like, okay, I'm sure the Jets are going to benefit from it, but the way the Jets pick, that who knows, they might blow the pick.
Yeah.
But I think the Cowboys got a player right now, very similar to remember how Amari Cooper came in and gave your offense some life. I think Quinnen Williams gives your defense some life.
Yeah, I think he's what you would call a force multiplier. That's what you traded away. You traded away that just elevates everybody, because not only are they not only is he an incredible player, but he demands the most attention from the other team's offense. And if your other guys can play a lick, they get to take advantage of that sort of thing. And just to make sure no one's spreading disinformation in the chat, somebody said George Pickens does not have the same agent as Micah Parsons. He surely does. It is David Mulugeta. That is the agent for both of those men. Do you have any hope that Shavon Revel can help this defense this year?
Yeah, I know, talking to people over there about him and how he had a setback at training camp. That's why it's taken so long. And they hate when you use the word setback, but he had a setback. There were questions about, he was, when he was rehabbing, and nothing against the rehab. They love when the guys rehab here with their guys and stuff, but they had a setback at training camp. And so, before the knee injury, he is one of the best cornerbacks that I'd seen. When you watched him play, when you watched the length, the ability to go get the football, the ability to knock the pass down, all those things I'm hopeful that he could get back to that level that he once was. It's going to take some adjustment with the knee and stuff like that. But I feel like, though, I'll tell you what, Jeff, watching the tape, and I know you watched the tape too, I made it a point to go back and watch Kalen Carson play in this game, and just to get an idea. And I'm telling you, the zone stuff was good. The reactions were good. The tight man stuff was good. His ability to stay in phase with the routes and stuff like that. He didn't get double moved. They didn't take anything. They didn't try and he didn't fall for any tricks or anything like that. I was encouraged by him getting able to play. So, let's hope that he gets his confidence back. You know what I thought when they were doing that? You know what I thought they were doing? Swords. It's not. I thought it was swords. I thought.
That's the wrong way. They're coming this way. If they were,
but I always thought it was. Yeah. I always thought it was like sword, and I'm putting the sword away. I thought that's what that was. I didn't know it was a seatbelt thing. And then someone's like, no, dumbass, it's a seatbelt. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it was a sword.
Yeah,
but we're fighting. And then
I will tell you, the draw the sword move on the Pilates machine is great for the shoulders. You pull yourself. Yeah. It's really nice. Now everybody knows. Okay. It's important.
There you go.
All right, Brian, have yourself a wonderful day. And
thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate
have
that.
yourself
You too.
a wonderful day. And remember, everybody, is it the hot dog or is it the bun?
No, this is a hot dog bun. I think it's a hot dog, too.
You never know. Quinnen Williams is the hot dog. Okay. That's important. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you.